Yo, what is going on, guys? Marr here today. Special video. I got a lot of people asking how to do a low bar squat tutorial, so I'm gonna be going over it. It's gonna be a nice, short, sweet video. Just a couple things you can write down, and it helped my squat. I got over 100 pounds on my squat just by doing these simple tips. Let's do it. Okay, guys, so the first thing I want to first go over is the stance. So stance, this is not especially just for low bar, but for high bar also. I want you guys to look at my feet right here. So if you guys look at my feet, if you have your feet straight, this is not gonna really allow you to get a lot of depth, and it also curves your back really, and not a good factor as well. I want you guys just to angle your feet out and feel what you're doing right now. I want you to just stand up and do that. If you guys don't notice, but when your feet are like this versus like this, your glutes are activated. So if my feet are straight like this, my glutes aren't activated at all. And when I go down, it's a lot harder to get depth, and my back curves really hard. Versus just going like this, widening it out. You don't have to be dramatic like this, but just, at a degree, diagonal. Going down is a lot easier, and your back doesn't curve as much. So that's the one thing, the one special tip I want you guys to do is just angle your feet out. Boom, it's a lot easier to get depth. So first thing I want you to do when you guys are approaching the bar, I see a lot of people being very lazy and just getting all right here and then just a simple unrack. No, before I even get how to even position your low bar, come in with intent. And because once you unrack the bar, that is one of the biggest factors of having the confidence of actually even hitting the weight. So I want you to come, you don't have to be dramatic and shaking it. You don't have to do that, obviously. Just come in, be, when you're right. Oh, and I almost just fucking tripped. So that's the biggest thing. I want you to come in with the intent before I even go with how to position it. Just because it will make a dramatic difference. I see a lot of people just being lazy and not unracking it with intent. Once you do that, just let me know how dramatic that affects your squat. Second, how to position your low bar now. Now, with high bar, you're next to your traps. So what I want you guys to start doing once you're getting into doing low bar, just do a couple warm-up sets, just like firing your rear delts up. Do some rear delt flies so you engage. This is your rear delt. You want to get on top of this versus being more up here. This is high bar. When you're right next to your traps or even on your traps, this is rear delt. And right here, I'll put a circle on it, but that's your rear delt. You want it right there, right on top of that rear delt. And you want to come out like that. So boom, this is your rear delt right here. I don't know if you guys can see. You just want to position it right on top of there. Now I'm gonna be going, so that's how you position it. You just want your rear delt, you want to really dig in. So, like I was saying, come in the bar with intent. Find that rear delt point on top of that rear delt. Like I said, you should be warming up that rear delt already just so you can feel it. Shake it a little bit, really dig it in there, do whatever you gotta do. Come out with intent. Don't mind that, but. Come at that bar with intent. What's that gonna do? You're gonna be really stable when you have your rear delt really dig into it. Keep the tension in your back. Don't be afraid to come at that bar with intent. I'm preaching it. So boom, now we're gonna go to the next step. Okay, boys, so we know how to position the bar on our back. We know that we had to come intent with getting into position and then unracking. Now, one little quick step you do before you unrack is you brace. When you brace hard, you're gonna be more stabilized with the weight. Now, what I mean by doing a huge brace is when you come at the bar, you're positioning, you're getting set up, you're about to go, do one huge breath and keep the tension on your back. Do not move it at all. And what that allows you to do is it keeps the bar super straight. You're not wobbling all around. You're coming at the bar straight. because the biggest factor is first bracing and being super stable. Now, what I want you to do when you're walking out now, so now we know, okay, take that huge, okay. And now, when we're going to the bracing part, you're gonna do that huge first breath. Keep it, don't move and don't let it out. 1, 2, 3, get in position. Don't go too far out. Go maybe shoulder width when you're doing your stance. And then a little brace again. You let it out, and then huge brace in. And now I'm gonna show you what that'll look like, and I'll go over it again. Okay, and like what I just said, you know, I'm coming at the bar with intent, positioning my rear delt, get my brace, come out, I'm still keeping the tension on my back. Do not lose the tension in your back. 3 steps, little short breath out, big brace in, that's gonna be your last brace, and then you go down. And now, I'm gonna teach you boys what you do on the way down. Okay, now I'm gonna show you guys what you should be doing on the last, when you get to the point where you're about to go down. So just gonna go over it again. You come in the bar with intent, position on your rear delt, big brace. Don't lose that brace and don't lose the tension in your upper back where you're keeping in with, when I say digging with your rear delts. 1, 2, 3. Legs should be positioned a little bit outside shoulder width or shoulder width. I don't want you guys to come really out or really in. That's usually for people that have little weird leverages. For the majority of people, just come shoulder width out, having your feet diagonal, and you still have your brace. What I mean is at the end of what I said, you do a little short breath out, and then that's your last brace. And the cue for that is ribs down. So when you do that huge brace, and then ribs down. So when you're thinking about going down for a squat, you want to be opening your hips a little bit. Not dramatic like this, but you want to have the cue in your head of opening your hips, which is your groin, and when you come down, you're keeping the tension on your back. You're not like this, you're not caved down. Keep your chest proud and up. And when you're coming down, you're still having the tension and you're still holding the brace, obviously. So when you're coming down, stacked ribs, opening up your hips, and then once you get to the point where you get into depth, you're gonna shoot your glutes and your hips back. So backing up while having your chest still up and straightening out. This will look like from the side. Stack ribs, opening up hips, shooting up glutes and your hips while straightening out your back also. And this will be how it looks like fast. Like that. Some people use too much back and then some people use too much legs. So that is the cue that usually helps me. Boom, shooting hips and glutes back while straightening out your back as well too. Cue about opening up your hips, shooting your glutes and your hips back first while straightening out your back. Boom. Like that. Okay, boys, so now I'm gonna be showing the front view and just going over everything again. Boom. So, going with intent. Position on top of the rear delts. Get it really digged in there. You can take your time. And then I want you to do a huge brace. Motherfucker. Coming in with intent. Position. Right on top of the rear delts. Big breath. 1, 2, 3. You're keeping your brace and you're still keeping the tension on your back. Short breath out. Big brace in. Stack ribs down. Opening up hips. And then you want to shoot your glutes and your hips back and then straighten out your back. Rack. All right, guys, so I'm just gonna go over the cues once again. So you guys remember it. Once you're approaching the bar, come in with intent. You're gonna position yourself, stacking it right on top of your rear delts, huge brace. Come right out, 1, 2, 3. Really practicing on getting 3 steps. You're gonna look straight. Don't look down. You look down, guess what's down as well? Your chest. Not good. So you come out with your 3 steps. I want you to have a short breath out just because you don't wanna hold your breath too long. Pass out. Big breath. Stack your ribs down. Opening up your hips. Shooting glutes and hips back. And straighten out your back as well too. Almost at the same time. Like that. Boys, that's how you do a low bar squat. And how I added over 100 pounds on my squat in just a few weeks. Thank you, boys, for watching. Comment if you want to see something else too, or if you have any questions, I'll be happily answer. Peace out, boys.